And if we get to sports, it's time to bring in Mike Cozzi. Morning, Mike.
Good morning.
So, your team won the College World Series.
No, they didn't. I was rooting for Michigan.
Oh, you were rooting for Michigan? Oh,
yeah.
Well, Vandy won.
They hadn't won in 50-something years.
Vanderbilt won it, right?
Yeah, Michigan came out strong. First 3 guys up, 3 line drive base hits. It looked like Michigan was going to blow them out of the box. After the 3 hits, though, 3 strikeouts ended the threat, and that was pretty much it for Michigan last night. When you got a team as good as Vanderbilt, and they're very, very good, which is obvious, and you have this opportunity, you have to capitalize on it. Michigan didn't, and that was pretty much it. They let the bear out of the cage, and Vanderbilt took care of business. They're a very deep team. They have a very good pitching staff with 1 outstanding pitcher and a whole bunch of very good ones, and they were just too much for Michigan. Michigan has 1 dominating starter who won the first game of the series, and after that, Michigan bat struggled against Vanderbilt, and Vanderbilt, definitely the best team in baseball this year, win the national championship.
All right, and then once again, looking at the major league scores for yesterday, I mean, there were a couple of close games, but other games, 14, 8, 7, 10, 9, and the Red Sox bullpen is about as bad as the Mets bullpen. Yeah,
they're going for the title, the 2 of them.
Unbelievable.
Blown save after blown save. Both teams have almost 20 blown saves already. That's gigantic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they don't quite have 20 yet, but they're on their way to it. If you just take half of those games that you should have won, that you've lost, and add them to the win column, both teams are in a very different position. But we said in the early spring with the Red Sox, their trouble's going to be their bullpen. I said that, and you didn't have to be Nostradamus to figure it out. That is their big problem. They can't hold on to a lead. The Mets, they're just horrendous. It's the same old song every day with the Mets. Yeah, they get out to a lead, and then they lose.
Yeah, the bullpen just completely collapses. Completely.
Awful. And this guy Vargas, he pitched last night. He had 10 strikeouts, the highest amount in his career. And in a move that I didn't understand, I think he threw a low 70 pitch count. He took him out in the 7th inning.
Well, it's just the way it is. It's nuts. As all
when you know your bullpen stinks, you got to try to stretch your starters as long as you can. Taking a guy out with a 70-some odd pitch count I think he only gave up like 3 hits. What you got to explain that to me. When you don't go into your bullpen is throwing matches in the dynamite keg. Why do you take out your starter when he's successful?
Yeah, it's the way baseball is, and that's why you see scores. I'm sorry, that's why you see scores 10-8, 8-7.
Well, what have I been telling you for probably 2-3 years now? Yeah. This stuff where you go to the bullpen for 5 guys doesn't work because the chances of 5 guys being successful is very low, very low. And that's what's happening. You're getting a couple of guys that are doing the job and a couple of guys that are getting pounded, and that's where you're getting these scores from. It doesn't work. Sooner or later, Major League Baseball is going to wake up and then go back to the way that it used to be. But until then, you're going to have these ridiculous scores with these ridiculous outcomes.
And speaking about ridiculous, the Yankees and the Red Sox will have a 2-game series that's considered a home game. These are considered home games for the Red Sox. Of course, these home games for the Red Sox are going to be played where?
Yeah, London.
London.
What a joke!
And what the reason it's a joke is you've got the Yankees who are playing very good baseball right now. We're winning baseball right now. They're on a roll.
They're playing good,
and they're on a roll. And you have the Red Sox who are now 9 games behind the Yankees, and they need home games. They don't need home games in England right now. They need, it's just a terrible way to take 2 teams and shuffle them off to England for 2 days in the middle of this season. It's crazy.
It absolutely is. I mean, maybe the Red Sox will play better in London though, because they're better on the road than they are at home. To me, it's stupid. There's no point of this. Why don't you go play in Rio or something too while you're at it? It makes no sense to me why you're doing this. You're promoting baseball in a country where you're not going to have baseball. What's Major League Baseball's objective? Is to put a team in London? How about that for a road trip?
Yeah, I mean, and just flying over there, spending 2 days over there, and flying back, and the difference in time. It's unfair to both teams. It's just unfair. It's just,
it's not unfair. Both teams are playing under the same situation, so it's not fair. It's stupid, is what it is.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's dumb. So we guess we won't talk about that anymore. But hey, about Texas is only 5.5 games behind Houston now.
Houston's not playing good. Houston's not playing good at all, and Texas has a little bit of a streak going on. And they're making up ground. Houston's been playing bad baseball for about 2.5 weeks now. It's just that they had such a big lead that their lead in their division has still stood. But they were right behind the Dodgers with wins, and now they're 5 games behind the Dodgers with wins for the best record in baseball. They're just not playing good. They're not scoring. Altuve's taking a little bit longer to get on track. Springer came back last night and hit a home run, but the rest of the lineup did nothing. So they'll be around, but they need to straighten this out, and they need to straighten it out quick, because right now they played 81 games. 81 and 81 equals 162. So the Astros, they're at the halfway point, and they're not playing good baseball right now.
All right, where else do you want to go in sports?
That's about it. Baseball's king right now. There's not much else going on. Yeah, I don't pay attention to football until January 27th. So
the only thing that takes away from the fun of watching baseball is the souped up baseball. I mean,
it's bad. It's real bad. Like I said yesterday, all you have to know is that AAA is using the Major League ball, and home runs went up 50%. It's not the skill level. The skill level at AAA hasn't increased that much. It's the baseball that's changing it.
I really think more people, baseball fans, would love to see 4-2 games, 3-2 games, 1-0 games.
Oh, I would. I know that for sure.
Than to see. I mean, like, this sounds crazy, Mike, but I forgot the Yankees were on yesterday afternoon, and I don't.
Yeah, I did too. I didn't watch them.
And I don't watch news or anything like that. So the games the TV's normally set up either on Netflix or Amazon Prime or on sports. So it happened to be left on from the channel from the Yankee game, and I turn on, it's 5-0. And do you know what and it was the second inning, okay? You know what I said to myself? The Yankees are going to score 5 runs on these guys with no problems. Because you just know it. You just know it.
No, back in the day, a 5-0 lead was pretty insurmountable. Now it's nothing. Now it's 2 innings. 2 innings of at bats get you right back in it. Maybe 1 inning of at bats get you right back in it.
Well, anyways.
Yeah, I'd sooner see a good pitching duel any day than these lopsided, high-scoring games.
I was lucky. I used to go to the Shea Stadium with my parents in Yankee Stadium. I saw pitchers like Bob Gibson, Tom Seaver, Nolan Ryan, Whitey.
Well, like we've
Ford,
said before. Back then, every team had a potential 20-game winner, and some had more than one. Even the worst team in baseball had a potential 20-game winner. Now there's no 20-game winners in all of baseball.
How about the Orioles? On that one staff, they had 3 20-game winners.
They had 4. The year that the Mets beat them, they had 4 20-game winners.
I mean...
And even the Mets, if you took the Mets staff of 69 or 73 and put them in today's baseball, they'd be saying that this is a freak of nature, that nobody ever had a pitching staff like this before. Everybody had pitching staffs like that. Everybody had pitching staffs. Yep. Your pitching staffs were focused around your starters. Your starters were looking to go at least 8 innings. I remember when I played even. If you went less than 8 innings, it was not a good start. You didn't do good. If you went 8 or 9, it was expected of you. Now if you go 8 or 9, it's like, oh, my God, it's the end of the world. This guy went 9 innings. He went 8 innings. It's unheard of. Back then, if you went less than that, it was unheard of.
It's baseball, modern-day baseball, like modern-day...
Not good. All sports are changing, and not for the better.
Yeah.